I can be honest with you all. I think a lot of people like the idea of being successful, not necessarily being successful, because actually being successful means actually putting in the work. But the idea of being successful, the idea of being someone's idol, just seems easier said than done. Truth is that I actually planned on making a detailed video, a detailed script video. It's all ready again. But sometimes I feel like the best ideas just come when you're just sitting and you're just talking. Because, like, this thought just came across my mind because I was recently updating my resume and I was like, I have done a few things, but I haven't done a lot. And what I mean by that is basically like I have this habit of like watching reels with really good audios of imagining myself in that scenario. And it's kind of what actually takes me away from my reality. Sometimes, if I'm being honest, it's like an escape from reality because instead of actually putting in the work, instead, let's say I want to be a dancer, so instead of actually dancing and practicing to, be the best version of myself as a dancer or, in terms of a singer, in perspective of that, I don't do that, but rather I like the thought of it. And I've had conversations with friends and they've actually agreed with me on this. And that's the difference between those of us who are sitting here and watching other people versus those who have made it. Because those who have made it have actually put in the work. And if we are talking about the Thai BN industry or if we are talking the K-pop, like Korean industry, we do see the glamorous part. We see them being ambassadors. We see them being like the first in the nation. We see them breaking records. What we really don't see is the years of hard work, the years of forcing themselves to just keep going. Because one amazing example that I can give you all is 17. For 9 years, they had to keep working in and out, and obviously their fandom grew, their fan base grew, but that their sound was still there. And eventually they did get it, but what would have happened if they had given up? What would have happened if they, just like us, had sat in front of their mobile phones and be like, imagined that, and not actually put in the work? It's not that they did not imagine it; they did wish that one day they would win it, but they also put in the work that was required for them to win it, and that is what differentiates us from them. So if you want to be one of them, if you want to be there, then you have to put in that work. And one quote that has really, really, really stuck with me is that I want to work so hard because I want to know how it feels to be recognized by the person you admire or respect. And to me personally, that is what keeps me going because I want 17 to know who I am one day, and I want some of my favorite real actors as well to know who I am. And I'm not going to stop until I reach that point because I want to know how it feels. And I hope you all do. I hope that if you come across this video, you for a moment pause and realize instead of imagining yourselves in these scenarios or instead of thinking that you can't do it, just give it a shot. Who are you to decide if you can do it or not? How are you going to know if you don't put even 1% of work into it? Just do it. Just put in the work. By this, I don't mean quit your full-time job and all that, because not a lot of us have the privilege to do it. But just go for it. And if it's meant to be, it will be, because you cannot lose until you give up. And so if you're not giving up, you'll never lose. And your day will come. Now, that might be tomorrow, or that might be in 50 years, but your day will come. So if you want to go from sitting in front of a mobile screen to actually being there with the ones you respect and admire, and you want them to know who you are, and you want that feeling to be more, you want to know how it feels, then stop this video right here. My watch time is going to go, but I don't care. Stop this video right here and go and put in the work day in and day out.